Hello and welcome back to Weekly Gaming News. I am Trajan.
And I am Game of Flowers. This week in board game news, winners of the prestigious Spiel Jahres were announced. The trick-taking game, The Crew, won the Spiel for Expert Connoisseur Game of the Year, while Pictures won Game of the Year. And just like you're doing right now, we had to Google it. I'd never heard of it before. After some very minimal effort, we can report it's not the popular Codenames Pictures, which to us is a more clever and interesting game. So, Pictures will be added to our list of SDJ winners, classified under Why?
In very fitting news, the uber-popular board game Pandemic by American designer Matt Leacock has just surpassed Catan by German designer Klaus Teuber as the most owned game as listed on the Board Game Geek website at over 143,000 copies owned. This just reinforces the point. When it comes to pandemics, America is number one.
In heartwarming news, our extraction team successfully saved Phil, our researcher, who was trapped in his own home. After weeks of detective work and one well-placed phone call, he was located in his closet, distraught and in his undergarments. Apparently, he had run out of Pinot Grigio and following health guidelines, refused to leave the house.
Unbelievable. Phil was in his closet this whole time.
Well, I'm glad he's okay. Let's check in with Victory Points for his review of Kingsburg, one of the first games in our family collection and one of my favorites.
Hi, I'm reviewing Kingsburg by Fantasy Flight. You start at year 1. At the start of the game, you gain 1 resource. I would pick, let's say, gold. I would roll my dice. Wow, that's a super lucky roll. I got 15. So, with the dice, you would go up to the numbers on the board. And so, if I wanted, I could go to 15 with all my dice. Or 5, 10. If you're on 15, you would get 1 of every resource. So you'd get a gold, a wood, and a stone. On your board, you have buildings that you can build in this row. At the end of every year, there's monsters, demons, some goblins, orcs, and barbarians. Also zombies. If you lose a war, you have to give them stuff. If you lost this war with the goblins, you would lose a wood, a stone, a victory point, and a house. That is very painful. And if you win, you get a wood. And so you keep on doing that. The guard tower, the blacksmith, and barracks. My favorite building is the Wizard's Guild. I just really like the art of it. It's really neat. It's like a castle. A flag sign means victory points. That means gold, wood, and stone. These little fire guys, they help you because you can't see the enemy. If you take one of the cards like the 10 or the queen, you can see what's coming, so you prepare yourself. The queen is the best because she gives you lots of stuff. She gives 2 resources of your choice and then 3 victory points. The palisade, it pluses you 1 in battle, 2 against zombies, so it's extra good zombie proof. Same with the barricades, it's none in battle except if it's 1 goblin, so it will attack goblins. My favorite place to get soldiers is the stables, because when you recruit one, you actually get 2 instead of 1. The expansions add a lot, it's really nice. They did a really good job, Fantasy Flight. It takes 2 to 5 players, 90 minutes, and 14 plus. Yeah, so that's Kingsburg. Back to you.
Unfortunately, that adorable knight does not come with the game.
I'm pretty sure that was shot in daytime.
What? No, like knight with a K.
Knight doesn't have a K.
It's time for This Week in History. On July 27th, 1940, Bugs Bunny, the adorable cartoon rabbit, made his big screen debut in director Tex Avery's Oscar-nominated film, A Wild Hare.
Well, that's confusing. It should be called A Wild Bunny.
A hare is like a... Never mind. Let's check in with our travel correspondent, Carmen Sandiego, who isn't really traveling because she's responsible and intelligent.
Hi, I'm in Osaka, Japan, eating sushi, creating combinations and sets of sashimi. Maybe I'll get some nigiri with some wasabi. Maybe for my extra good, I'll get some pudding. It's a fun, fast, delicious game. Back to you.
Although sushi is delicious and Sushi Go is fun, I would not recommend confusing the two.
That reminds me of the time I misread the rules for ants in your pants and ended up spending a week in the hospital while they picked insects out of my undergarments.
WGN didn't screen you whatsoever, did they?
Nope.
Great. Do you have any letters for Dee Dee this week?
Dear Dee Dee, I am planning on doing some outdoor adventures with the family. What games do you recommend and which games travel well? From Desperate David in Dallas.
Dear Dee, I love spending time outside. A handful of dice can be turned into many games like 10 Grand, Yahtzee. If you like card games, Gorse Maximus travels well too. You can play solo or with many others. Happy hiking! Back to you.
I once tried bringing Twilight Struggle on a trip to the USSR. Unfortunately, they don't welcome trips arriving by surprise submarine.
It's been a little while, but do we have a shameless plug this week?
Indeed we do. It's the mini plug about Gen Con Online happening this weekend, July 30th through August 2nd, where you will be able to stop by our digital booth. I have no idea what that means, but more importantly, play some of our titles online. I'm happy to say that most of our events are already fully booked, but we've added a few more just in case you missed out. Grab a ticket while you can.
An online convention. So all the work and exhaustion from a convention, but from the comfort of your tiny office. I can't wait.
Me neither. Until then, be well.
Do good work.
And keep in touch.
Who are you rolling?
Not Nazi, Yahtzee. 2, 3.
Hold it like that. It's too high.
Right here.
It's washimi.
Sashimi.
Eating nishibi?
Wasabi. Misread the rules for Flashpoint Fire Rescue and accidentally set fire to the entire trailer park. On a submarine trip to the USSR. Unfortunately, I was never invited on the submarine, so the whole trip was a bit of a disaster. Unfortunately, while there, the rules were only in Spanish, so neither of us won. And let me tell you, the border guards were not receptive to my square birthday.
Why?
My crown keeps falling off my head. Maybe I just put it on my fat head.
There you go.
On my fat head, that should work.